Welcome to Valhalla, the beautiful new facility here at Pleasant Grove High School. And this edition of High School Rewind available on highschoolrewind.com and the High School Rewind YouTube channel as the Pleasant Grove Vikings kick off Region 4 play here by hosting the Westlake Thunder. Thank you for joining us, everyone. Dane Stewart here to bring you tonight's game. Really excited for the game we have coming up between Westlake and Pleasant Grove. This week, Coach McAllister of Pleasant Grove said, we have a buzzsaw coming in. We had better be ready. He's right. The buzzsaw, it's the Westlake Thunder, one of only two remaining undefeated teams here in the top classification of the state, coming 10-0 off a real impressive 3-0 streak down in California. And they are led by a really good player, Mason Fawcett, the future SUU T-Bird. This is a kid who is averaging 19 points per ball game, 9 rebounds per game. That's good for top 5 in the state. And 2.5 steals per game, also top 5. He's had a really good senior season, but it's not just him you have to worry about. He's got a good friend in Asa McCord. This also a senior, a tall senior at 6'5". He averages 17 points per ball game and 6 rebounds per game. He's had a really good year. The senior duo, both over 6'5", have proven to be a tall, difficult task for every team they face this year. That's why they're 10-0. To the other bench we go in the Pleasant Grove Vikings. This is a team that started 9-0 on the season before they lost earlier this week in overtime to the Alta Hawks. And it's a team that has a lot of depth to it. It all starts, well, they have their own pair of senior duo, tall senior duo, with a guy like Brody Childs. This is a kid who's been here for a couple years. He's familiar with Coach McAllister and his system. Childs averages 17 points per ball game and 8 rebounds per game. Leads the team in both those categories as well as steals. And then the other duo, the other part of that duo would be Matt McCarty, averaging 12 points per ball game and 6 rebounds. They've been very good. The difference between these two teams, Pleasant Grove has had a few other kids that have shown that they can step up and score on any given night. You look at a kid like Kuhn, Leatham, and Peterson. They all average over 7 points per ball game, and the Vikings may need 1 or 2 of those kids to step up tonight if they expect to give the Westlake their first loss of the season. The Thunder have never lost to PG. They're going to try for the first time tonight. Tip-off coming up next here on High School Rewind. Ready to tip. Region 4 play here from Pleasant Grove High School. Westlake in the visiting navy and gold uniforms. Pleasant Grove in the home white and blue. And that tip controlled by the Vikings. This is Braden Wellman, the senior point guard, one of the leaders of assists for this team. A backdoor cut, and Peterson couldn't bring that one in, turned over on the first possession. Shimon Willis, third leading scorer for the Thunder. This is about 6 points per ball game. Drive put on by Fulmer, kicked out, and a three-pointer on the way from Fawcett. No good. The board controlled by Matt McCarty for the Vikings. Wellman pushes it up the floor quickly. It's going to be a fun match watching he and Willis go head-to-head tonight. A drive by Kuhn. Peterson dishes it off underneath. First points of the night. Credit Matt McCarty. And the assist from Peterson. 2-0 Pleasant Grove, just 50 seconds in. Around the perimeter, you see zone defense here from PG. Willis driving, good find underneath. That time Fawcett thought better of taking the baseline shot. Now a drive put on by Fulmer, and it will be a baseline jumper, no good. And the board, McCord called for fouls. He reached over the back, the first on Asa McCord. Now a little full court pressure put on by Westlake. Around the perimeter, and a foul called here on the drive as Childs trying to take advantage of the matchup against Fulmer. It will be the first on Fulmer. Childs off the inbound and was trying to get the ball up to get some contact and a whistle. No help from the officials. Other way, and boy, almost a double dribble that time by Fawcett. Now some contact on the pull-up from McCord. Foul was called on Brody Childs. First foul on Childs in the ball game. At the line, McCord missed his first and second free throw. Gets the board, goes back up, and that shot looked like it was blocked by McCarty. But a whistle called here, and it will be the first on Matt McCarty. McCord at the line. Makes good on both of them. And we're knotted up 2 apiece. Good response by the seniors. He missed a pair just about 30 seconds before that pair that he just made. Peterson back to Kuhn, and now Wellman. Wellman now sets up the play. Near side with Kuhn. Skip pass. Drive and a kick out to Wellman. Now Peterson going to try the three, left it short. And McCord able to collect the rebound easily as it fell right into his lap. In the corner with Fawcett. And that pass stolen. Kuhn will give it to Wellman. Childs with the corner three, no good. And another rebound for Asa McCord. Up the floor quickly now to Fawcett attacking, and an offensive foul. Oh, what a big call as Wellman got in there and took the offensive foul. A big whistle here as the bucket won't count. And the second foul on Asa McCord just 2.5 minutes into the ball game. Baseline jumper, no good. Rebounded by Fulmer. McCord dumped off underneath, and no shot. They call it on the floor. Fawcett can't believe it, neither can the student section, as Kuhn will pick up his first. First foul on Kuhn, and amazing that he was not shooting free throws. Boy, I thought that was certainly on the shot. Regardless, it's a ball out and Westlake possession. In the corner with Fawcett, being guarded there by Kuhn, now back up top. Good find underneath the Fulmer, and he gets hacked. And now Trenton Fulmer will go to the line, as picking up the foul was McCarty. That's number 2 on Matt McCarty. McCarty will take a seat. Leatham checks in for him at the line. The first free throw from Fulmer was good, but that second one just rimmed out on him. So the 4 players we talked about in the open, 2 of them with 2 fouls, and we're just 3 minutes into the ball game, McCord and McCarty. McCord still on the floor for Westlake. Up top, Leatham, who just checked in. Boy, they had Wellman on the corner. Instead, it's a drive and a missed shot. And another rebound for McCord up the other way for Westlake. Fulmer now will dribble it, pass over to Willis. Around the perimeter it goes. Fawcett. Willis stepping up, gives it to Fulmer. Little 2-man game now over to Fawcett. And the PG students counting a shot clock that doesn't exist. Back up top, Willis will reset here for Westlake. Zone defense by PG, and Westlake hasn't really looked to penetrate it very much. They've done a lot of perimeter passing. There you go. A fall away. Bucket good for Asa McCord, and the first field goal tonight for the Thunder. 3:30 remaining here in the opening period. It's 5-2, our score, advantage to the visitors. That ball saved by Leatham, but does so to Westlake. And another turnover by Pleasant Grove. Fawcett, extra pass to Fulmer. He thought about the three, now going to look to drive. Wanted the kick, but the zone was in the way. There's a three-pointer from McCord, back of the iron, and the rebound hauled in by Brody Childs. Wellman to push it up the floor, has Leatham outside, instead gives it to Peterson. Being defended by Fawcett. Now Wellman will reset things near midcourt. Inside of 3 minutes left here in our opening period. Seen a lot of passing, not a lot of made buckets, just 2 of them. A long three-pointer is good. Keegan Kuhn with the 3 to knot things up at 5 apiece. Mentioned he's one of those trio that averages over 7. Kuhn actually is at 9.6, just shy of double-figure scoring per game. Fulmer trying to answer, and he does. Trenton Fulmer with a big three-pointer there for Westlake. Coach McAllister taking an opportunity to get in Childs here and give him a pointer or two. He has been held in check by this Westlake Thunder defense for the first 6 minutes of the contest. At the elbow, Kuhn passed out to Childs. Fulmer defending him. Ball screen by Kuhn, drive kick, three-pointer from Leatham is good. Braxton Leatham. And three-pointers for the Vikings. A pair of them here in the first. Willis, oh, what a move. In the lane, gets it right over the front of the rim. Shaman Willis. What a nice play there by the senior point guard. Junior. Lead back to 2. Another three-pointer. Hit the side of the iron. Peterson trying to track it down, and he stepped out of bounds. Substitutions for both teams, but the notable one in for Pleasant Grove, the 7'3" freshman, Matt Van Komen. Yes, 7'3", that's not a typo. Number 44 going to be roaming the paint for Pleasant Grove. There he is. Tried to get the block. Instead, he picked up the foul as it was Mason Fawcett with his first field goal attacking the freshman. And he'll go to the line for a three-point play. Fawcett, free throw, would not go down for him. Fulmer knows how he's feeling. He had one rim out earlier. Childs along the baseline. Trap was coming, dribbled out of it. Extra pass, corner three from Leatham, no good. And now Westlake off and running. Fulmer able to keep the possession there. He's lost a handle on it for a second. 38 seconds left here in the opening quarter. As that shot good for Marcus Gilson. And it's a 14-8 lead for Westlake. 30 seconds left. Again, we see that pressure. Doman able to save the pass inside to Van Komen, and he is fouled. Picking it up will be Michael Nelson, the senior guard, his first personal. Pleasant Grove to inbound baseline. Get it into Childs. No points for Brody Childs tonight as we close out on the first quarter. 14-8, the Westlake lead. Clock down to 10 seconds left, and the Vikings content to get the last shot here. Hand off to Leatham. Clock at 5. Childs had that one stolen away. Fawcett will have a chance from half court. Oh, no good. Nearly able to hit it. But it was a good opening quarter for the Thunder. 14-8 lead against the Vikings on the road. Start of the second quarter. The Thunder start with possession and a 6-point lead. Ayu had it, passed out to Fulmer. Now back. That's McGregor. Had a bad link there. Three-pointer on the way from Nelson. No good. Rebounded by 7'3" himself, Van Komen. Boy, what a lob to Childs. Couldn't hit the shot, just left it short. And now coming back down the other way is Westlake. Again, that ball stuck along the perimeter. Not a lot of penetration right now for Westlake. Inside, McCord has been wandering, but they haven't been able to get him the ball. Three-pointer counted good for Michael Nelson. A big three there by the senior, his first made shot of the night. The lead up to 9 for Westlake. That ball deflected. Nice save. No, he was out of bounds, and it will go back to PG. PG's done a nice job of breaking that pressure so far in the contest. Ball nearly stolen again, and tell you what, I like this Michael Nelson kid. He's a factor defensively. He bats that one out of bounds. Wellman, one of the captains, and that pass turned over just through the hands of Leatham. Up the other way and missed the lay-in. Trying to figure out whether he wanted to dunk it or lay it in. McCord kind of got stuck in midair and missed it. A three-pointer from Kuhn, count it good. The second three ball of the night for Keegan Kuhn. It's 11-17. The Vikings trailing here at home. That is IU, number one, had a roster error, got it sorted out. Thought it looked like him, and he has it now. He's going to try the three-pointer. IU can't hit it. Van Komen with the board. Wellman trying to shimmy and shake. Kuhn in the corner will dribble it out. Being defended by IU. He's certainly a good defender. Just ask any football player that. Another turnover forced by Nelson. The active hands. He's alone, but McCord couldn't get him the ball in time. Instead, McCord's going to try the three. No good. Ball able to be hauled in. How about that? Marcus Gilson. And then that three ball by Nelson, no good. IU with the putback, blocked away by Van Komen. That shot almost deflected, but Gilson gets it to go. A high archer over the outstretched arms, and a timeout taken here by PG. 19-11, the Thunder with the lead. Coach McAllister needing to find some offense, keep his team in it here. That ball nearly thrown away will stay here with the Vikings. The Vikings, don't know if it's the length of Westlake or what. We've seen a number of turnovers here by the home squad in the first 13, 12 minutes. Baseline drive floated up. Boy, that shot gets the friendly roll. Does Casey Brown, his first bucket of the night. The 5'11 freshman guard chipping in on the offensive end. Near side with Fawcett back to Nelson. Fawcett. We're going to drive. That one bounced off his leg, able to gather it. Nelson going to try the three ball. Good! Michael Nelson with a pair of three-pointers here in the second quarter. 6 points for him. He leads all scorers, while tied with Kuhn for the lead in the ballgame, 22-13. Over to Casey again. Kick out. Wellman for three, back of the iron. Ball batted around into the hands of IU. Looking to get up the floor. Wellman able to save it. Then walks the tightrope along the sideline to stay in play. A step inside the three-point line. Thought about shooting it, did not. Has it back. Nelson trying to work around the screen. Three ball from Casey Brown, front of the iron. Ball batted around, trying to give chase. Brown has it up with it. Can't get the bounce. Tipped up, no good. Going back again, and a foul as Keegan Kuhn will not give up. First foul on Stoddard, fifth team foul. 5 team fouls on both squads. Kuhn at the line, made his first free throw. Second attempt, good as well. Childs is checked back in for Wellman, who will get a break. Willis near side with Fawcett. 3:14 left and a turnover. Now numbers for Pleasant Grove if they push it. Instead, Childs will slow it up. Good thought here, as it's a 7-point ball game. Would love to get points. Don't want a crazy turnover. It's been a thorn in the side of the Vikings here in the first half. Childs back up top now to Kuhn. And that pass, guess who? Michael Nelson. I think he's got 4 or 5 steals already. We still have 2:45 left here in the opening half. Michael Nelson has been a game breaker here today. In the corner with Fawcett. Back with Willis. Two and a half left here, opening half. A lob, and no good. Fawcett couldn't finish it, stayed with it, and drew contact. He'll head to the line now, Mason Fawcett, to shoot a pair. So at the line, Fawcett able to hit them both. Meanwhile, McCarty picked up his third foul. That's a big foul, as he will head to the bench. We will see Matt Van Komen, I would assume, for a large portion of this ball game. He has it now. Skip pass across to Kuhn. That ball stripped away, this time by Fawcett. He has it again. Willis with the three. Just rims out on him. There's McCord to save the possession. Now a three by Fulmer is no good. Stoddard with the board. Fulmer going to try again. No good. And Childs able to get the rebound. Boy, Fortunate that time defensively for PG. He cannot let Westlake have 3 good looks at the bucket. 24-15, approaching a minute and a half left, and Coach Carling right now imploring his defense to get in the face of these Viking players. It's led to a lot of turnovers. Wellman, there's another one. 2-on-1 situation the other way. Over to Fulmer, lay it up and in. And a timeout by Coach McAllister as this lead now double digits for Westlake. Out of the timeout. 26-15 as we near 1 minute left here in the opening half. 10 Pleasant Grove turnovers. Peterson trying to find some space. Boy, had Brown in the corner after he made a move and didn't go to him. Instead, that's 11. Fawcett the other way, and that's most likely going to be an intentional foul, I would assume, as he just wrapped up Fawcett from behind. No, I think they'll just give him a personal. Fortunately, that time could easily give the intentional. The second personal on Kuhn. That was the 17th foul on PG. Westlake going to be shooting the rest of the way as Fawcett at the line makes them both. Again, fortunate that was not deemed intentional. It easily could have been. Coach Carling certainly wanted it. I don't think he was real happy with the explanation of the officials, but he'll take the 2 points. It's 28-15. 30 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Casey Brown, a freshman, has been good. A turnover again, make it 12. Willis near side, back to Nelson. And he's been one of the big determining factors in those 12 turnovers. Nelson has just been a terror defensively. He's probably forced 4 or 5 of them. Clock inside of 10 seconds left, and now Westlake will get into the offense. Down to 5, Nelson with it. Looking, corner 3 for McCord. No good as the horn sounds. Well, it was a good first half for Westlake. Not a good one for Pleasant Grove. They'll take time to talk about it. 28-15. The Thunder with the lead. Start of the second half, the Vikings have the ball and a 13-point deficit. They only scored 15 points in the first half, and they had 12 turnovers. As going inside early to McCarty, and he is fouled. Foul was on Stoddard. That was the second personal on Dallin Stoddard, the senior center. Underneath, Kuhn should have gone up with it, instead hesitated and ended up with number 13. Going the other way, McCord able to draw the contact. No, they're going to say on the shot. Asa McCord will head to the line to shoot 2. First foul on Braden Wellman. At the line, McCord awarded 2 free throws, made the first, missed the second. Fawcett there for the putback. And now 8 points for Mason Fawcett. Again, we see that full court pressure by Westlake. It's done many a good things. Good ball movement over to McCarty for the flush. Matt McCarty only 4 points now. But a nice dunk there to get the PG students cheering for their squad is going up strong. Was Stoddard drawing the contact from McCarty, and that is number 4 on Matt McCarty. So Van Komen comes back in for McCarty, who just sits with his 4th foul. Stoddard missed his first free throw, but got his first point of the ball game when he made his second there. 32-17, the Thunder with the lead. Wellman picked up his dribble in the backcourt, able to get it across the timeline into the hands of Kuhn as he was defended there by McCord. Van Komen. Now Kuhn looking to maybe drive against McCord, getting inside. Nice step through. That one just wouldn't go down. Childs with the putback, and he gets fouled by Stoddard. That is foul number 3 on Dallin Stoddard. Brody Childs at the line, makes both free throws. First points of the ball game for Brody Childs. Wow. They come over a minute into the second half. It's a kid who's averaging 17 a game. Westlake has really locked him down. PG has not been able to get into their offense against the Thunder. A drive, floater by Willis, no good. Guess who? Put back by Marcus Gilson. 6 points for the 6'4" junior forward, Gilson. Pull up from Peterson is good. And a nice answer there by David Peterson. The junior captain just notched his first points of the contest. Corner three, count it good. Mason Fawcett only had one field goal in the first half, got 4 of his 6 points at the line as he comes in here and picks up the foul, his first. I was going to say he has 5 points here in the third and 11 in the game. 37-21, the Thunder advantage. A lob to Childs. You could say that pass from Leatham was lethal to Brody Childs for the dunk. A big alley-oop there for the Viking duo of Leatham to Childs. Gilson, Willis, drive picked up at the elbow. Three-pointer on the way, good for Asa McCord. 8 points for McCord, his first made three-point bucket of the game. A breakdown in the press as Wellman able to get it up the floor easily. Childs with the baseline pull-up, front of the iron, no good. Stoddard there for the rebound. Willis leads it up the floor. No one picks him up. Missed the shot. Gilson fighting for the board, but he was out of bounds, couldn't save it. Peterson in the corner. Childs thought about the three. Boy, had that knocked away by McCord. Good defense there as Childs able to recover. Wellman with the drive into the paint. Childs again! Hey, if the jumper isn't falling, just go live at the rim. The putback off the rebound, and a good hustle play by Childs, able to get back and help on the defensive end as well. 4.5 left here in the third quarter. It's a 40-25 lead for Westlake. Beautiful backdoor cut and pass. Able to finish the play, Braxton Leatham. Wellman, excellent job executing that time. And a backdoor cut from Leatham, executed well. Hey, how about that? Fawcett on the other end, count the bucket. And the foul to the line goes Mason Fawcett to try to complete the three-point play as Kuhn picked up his third personal. Friendly roll for Fawcett. He has 8 points in the quarter. He's really came alive here in the third. Peterson trying to work off that screen set by Kuhn. Now Childs being hounded by Fawcett defensively. Peterson over to Wellman, was looking to go inside to Childs, but Ayu had him locked up in the post. That's what a good safety does, right, is shut you down. Wellman comes back to collect. Willis defending him. Peterson, cross-court pass. And the drive by Kuhn shut off well by Gilson. Other end of the floor now. Peterson, boy, thought he may have traveled that time. But count the bucket good as no whistle came. David Peterson with a pair of buckets here in the third quarter. Going the other way, and an offensive foul called that time on Fawcett. He raised his hands in disbelief, but while the defender may not have been perfectly set, he had less control, and he will pick up his second. The scoreboard actually saying that was the third foul on Fawcett, so my apologies for my miscount. Wellman up top to Leatham. Wellman will get it back. Latham, baseline drive, good find underneath the Childs, going glass, and it won't go down. The putback does. And now 8 points for Childs in the third quarter. after he was held scoreless in the first half. Pleasant Grove has needed him and will need him as they try to come back. The deficit now 12. Ayu with the drive, too strong. And the board collected by Childs. 2 minutes left here in the third quarter. The Vikings trailed by as many as 17. It's down to 12. Childs with a pull-up, no good. Clawing for the board is Kuhn, and he will pick up the foul as he was trying to track it down. And I think that's number 4 on Braxton Kuhn. Keegan Kuhn, excuse me. That was personal foul number 4 on Kuhn. He is still in. 14 fouls each way. 1:45 left. Up top with Gilson. Over to Willis. Ayu was going underneath. Willis was looking for him, but that pass was off the mark. Jake Doman has checked in now for Kuhn, sitting with those 4 fouls, as is McCarty. Jake Doman, of course, a wide receiver for the Pleasant Grove Vikings on the football squad. Wellman with the 3. That touched every piece of the rim before it went down for Braden Wellman. And just like that, the lead is single digits. It was 17. Far side, Nelson trying to direct his squad. Fulmer going to try the three-pointer from the corner. No good. Gilson with the board to save the possession. Now Nelson, a long 3. No good. And a foul called here on the floor on Doman. On the rebound is Stoddard able to go up and collect, Fulmer able to collect the board. Inside of 1 minute left here in the third quarter, inbounded to Ayu. It was a 13-point lead at the half. Pleasant Grove is trailed by as many as 17. Now it's down to 9. Fulmer with it near side, and an offensive foul on Nelson. He thought that Doman was holding him, but the official wasn't buying it. That's the second personal on Nelson, and a Westlake turnover. Wellman picked up by the much bigger Fawcett. Gets it back near half court. Clock at 33 seconds. Nearly turned over. Wellman there able to gather it as he has it back, and Coach McAllister telling his team to settle down a little bit, set things up, let the offense work. Inside to McCarty. That ball batted away by McCord. It will stay here with the Vikings. 19 seconds left. Wellman to inboard to Childs. And Childs, boy, he hit the floor hard. The foul by Fulmer. Brody Childs couldn't hit the shot, but he will head to the line as Fulmer has picked up his second personal. Childs good on his first free throw. Second one, left it short. Rebounded by McCord, 43-35. Westlake with the lead. Clock down to 10 seconds for Westlake. And that ball stolen away by Doman. Looks up to make sure he has time. He does. Lefty, kinda good for Jake Doman. The horn sounds. What a third quarter it was. Capped off by a steal and finish from the senior point guard. And after 3, after trailing by 17, the Westlake Thunder lead 43-37. How about a 17-3 run by the Pleasant Grove Vikings to close out that third quarter, and a foul here immediately called on Doman. Second personal on Doman. Both teams now with 6 team fouls, so we will be shooting free throws for the remainder of the contest. Fulmer looking to drive. Hands off to Fawcett. What a nice finish by Mason Fawcett. He now has 16 points in the ball game to lead all scorers. Peterson, skip pass to Leatham. Boy, what a nice job by Fulmer defensively to close off the baseline drive. Childs, whoa, what a nice play. Brody Childs with the up and under. The defense came over on the help. And just an athletic play to get that ball through traffic and finish. 45-39. Fawcett the other way, and an offensive foul again. Leatham came over. I'm not sure if he was said that time. Fawcett is pretty sure he wasn't, but it's the fourth personal on Mason Fawcett, and he will check out. The Pleasant Grove Vikings can get to within one possession. They trailed by 17. And a cheapo called here on Asa McCord, number 3 on McCord. Excuse me, the scorer's table has that as the second personal on McCord, as Leatham made his first free throw, but his second was too strong. 45-40, the Westlake advantage. McCord going up, shot is blocked by Childs, and then a foul called by the far official. I think he's going to call Peterson. I actually thought Peterson did foul him. The call just came very late. And to the line will be McCord to shoot 2. McCord at the line, hits them both. A big pair of free throws there by Asa McCord. He's now in double digits with 10 points. 47-40. Doman with the drive, over to Childs. Missed the dunk, is coming over with Stoddard to foul him. Brody Childs would have loved to have that one go down. He will shoot a pair. Fourth personal foul on Dallin Stoddard. He remains in the contest. Fawcett on the bench with 4. Meanwhile, at the line, Childs hits them both. It's 47-42. McCord underneath to Stoddard. Off the glass and good. Dallin Stoddard with his first field goal. 3 points in the ballgame. 6 minutes left. Great crowd here tonight from Pleasant Grove. The student section's both full. The parent section's full. The seats around the upper part also full. Childs working down low. Kick out to Doman. Drives. Was hoping Childs went to the rim. He didn't. And a turnover. Now Pleasant Grove showing a little full court pressure. Able to lob it up over McCord to Stoddard. Gets Childs in the air. Count the bucket. And Brody Childs will pick up his second. A big play that time by Stoddard. That senior experience. Able to draw the contact and the foul. Free throw. No good by Stoddard. McCarty and Kuhn have both checked in for Pleasant Grove. They both have 4 personal fouls. Kuhn trying to make a mark immediately. Shot no good. And a foul on the rebound as it's Stoddard. And I think that's number 5 on Dallin Stoddard. So Stoddard has fouled out. Leatham at the line makes both. The lead back to 7. Pleasant Grove was as close as 5. Could really use a stop here. Little trap. Able to pass out of it. McCord back to Willis. Willis drive, no one there. He went right around the defense. Think they were expecting help and no help to be found. It's 53-44 now. Leatham, now Childs. Boy, what a second half by Brody Childs. 3-pointer on the way, good by Braxton Leatham. 11 points for Leatham. He pulls the Vikings to within 6. Again, that trap in the corner. Nelson, boy, almost stepped out of bounds. It was awfully close. Kept that heel up. Fulmer to Nelson, now underneath Gilson. Nice job finding McCord on the backside. When you play that trap, quick passing can get through it, and they did as Gilson able to find a streaking McCord. 55-47. And Fawcett will check in at the next horn. Childs with the pull-up. 15 points for Brody Childs. And a travel by Willis. Turned it over, that trap. caused the hesitation for just a second. Up top with Wellman, over to Leatham. Cross pass to Kuhn, now McCarty. Been saddled in foul trouble the entire contest. Left-handed, Matt McCarty. Only 6 points, but a big bucket there. 55-51, 3:15 left. And that ball kicked out by Pleasant Grove. Leatham and Childs with 6 points apiece for Pleasant Grove here in the fourth quarter. Fulmer. Near side with Fawcett. Nelson looking to drive, baseline, finds Fawcett in the corner. Pass up top, Fulmer for three. Back of the iron and a rebound by McCarty. Wellman hands off to Kuhn. Now McCarty with another chance to work underneath. Goes up, count the bucket, and a foul. What a strong take by Matt McCarty working the post. And picking up the foul was Fulmer. Number 3, McCarty at the line to try to convert the three-point play. McCarty can make it a 1-point game. And he does. Again, we see pressure here from the Vikings, trailing by 1, 2:20 remaining, and nearly a turnover. Wellman came up too aggressive and will pick up his second foul. 1-and-1 situation for Nelson on the front end. No good. McCarty couldn't bring in the rebound. It will stay here with Westlake. Westlake to inbound. What a move by Fawcett, setting up an open three. No good. Ball batted out. Nelson able to bring it in. Open. Willis. Now McCord for three. No good. And a offensive foul on Fawcett. And that is number 5 on Mason Fawcett. Trying to get the rebound. He is done. Peterson tied it with his first free throw. He can give PG the lead. 56-55, 2 minutes left. The Vikings have come back from 17 down. Haven't been in the lead since the first quarter, about 2 minutes in. Both student sections just cheering, trying to give that extra oomph to their team. That'll help. Michael Nelson, a big three-pointer, his third three-ball of the night. And it's 58-56, Westlake out in front. Wellman to Childs driving, and he is fouled. Brody Childs to the line. Nelson can't believe it. First free throw from Child was good. Second one, good as well. 8 points in the quarter, 17 in the contest for Brody Childs. Third foul was given to McCord. Childs hit both free throws. He now has 17 points in the ballgame. He leads all scorers, tied up, 58 apiece. 1:15 left here in regulation. McCord coming around the screen, passes out Gilson for three, shot no good, and the board brought in by Peterson. 1 minute left, tie ball game. Nelson comes up on Peterson, he gives it to Childs. This is the guy. He's had a phenomenal second half, was scoreless in the first half. Peterson looking for some help here. Pleasant Grove seeming to be content to just take time off the clock and get the last shot. Clock down to 30 seconds left. And a foul called here on Nelson as he was bodying up Peterson. It will be the third foul on Nelson. And now Peterson to the line to shoot 2 more. Third foul on Nelson. Meanwhile at the line, Peterson hits them both. 29 seconds left, 60-58. Pleasant Grove out in front after Peterson made 2 more free throws and a timeout taken by Westlake. Westlake basketball, 26 seconds left. They trail by 2. Fawcett has fouled out of the game. They do not have him. This is the guy they do have. Asa McCord driving, and the bucket's good. What a take by Asa McCord. 14 points and a timeout by Pleasant Grove with 12 and a half left. Pleasant Grove is holding out for a hero. Tied up at 60 apiece. Wellman's going to have to give chase, able to collect it, but the clock ticking from all the way on the other baseline. It's down to 7 seconds left. Trying to hand off to Childs. They get it to him. Childs for the win. No good. Saved. And the shot is blocked by McCord. We get overtime. Wow. Kuhn had a shot to win it after the save, but McCord wasn't giving up. What a play defensively, as we will put 4 more minutes on the clock. Overtime it is. And the tip won by Pleasant Grove. We should note this, Matt McCarty. He picked up his 4th foul early in the 3rd. He had a big 4th quarter with 5 points, some big plays away from the ball. He has stayed on the floor despite playing with 4 fouls, has done a great job. Meanwhile, again, Fawcett has fouled out, as has Stoddard for Westlake. Kuhn also playing with 4 fouls for the Vikings. Peterson with the drive, going up, lefty is good. And David Peterson now with 10 points. He hit 4 big free throws in that 4th quarter. And that a big field goal to give the lead to the Vikings. Former trying to drive on Childs, kick out, Nelson for 3. Shot is no good, follows it up. Oh boy, he had it. He had a lane to the hoop, and it just lost control. Again, we see Westlake now putting that pressure back on it. Did great things in the first half. Peterson looks around, finds no one, goes up, misses the shot. There's Kuhn to collect it and keep the possession. Childs a long 3, left it short. And Gilson with the rebound. Nelson dribbling near side. McCord working the blocks against Kuhn with the righty. 16 points now for Asa McCord. He and Fawcett both with 16 to lead the way for Westlake, as Wellman now will dribble it out. 2.5 left, tied up at 62 apiece. Both teams gonna be shooting double bonus. Inside to McCarty. And now 11 points for McCarty, just 1 shy of his average coming into the ball game. Again, you see him working hard with those 4 fouls. Nice job able to get the possession and finish. The 3-pointer by Fulmer, no good. Rebounded by Gilson. Extra pass to McCord in the corner. Now Westlake will slow things up a little bit as we are inside of 2 minutes left here in our first overtime. McCord to run the play for the Thunder. Pull up 3. Asa McCord, no good. And the ball rebounded, tapped to Wellman. "90 seconds remaining. 64-62. Peterson has really stepped up today. Childs, extra pass. Boy, Kuhn could have had the 3. Instead, wisely decided, rather than take a risky shot, let's just take some more time off. Make sure we get one we like. And a foul called here. Away from the ball. Going to go against Fulmer. That will be number 4, and Brody Childs back to the line. Childs made 7 free throws in the second half. He missed his first on this trip. Second free throw, good. That one almost rolled out on him. 65-62, the Viking lead with 1:10 left here. Fulmer. Nelson moving away from the ball. Pull up, that shot blocked by McCarty, and then they call the foul on him. I think they're going to get him on the body. Certainly got a lot of ball, but I think the body followed through, knocked Willis down, and that's where he picked it up. That is number 5. Matt McCarty has finished with 11 points. Shamon Willis missed his first free throw. Second one, no good either. Ayu couldn't control the ball. He thought there was a foul. So did Coach Carling. Wow, animated on that sideline. Now real pressure put on by Westlake. The 10-second count is going. There it is. They can't get it across the timeline. Coach McAllister was trying to call a timeout. And now I think the officials are going to talk about whether it came in time or not. Yes, the officials are going to give the timeout to Pleasant Grove, and I think Westlake bench is going to come unglued here. So PG does get the possession. They give the timeout to Coach McAllister. You got to get the ball across, and it's nearly thrown away. Childs, it is thrown away. Gilson, lay it up and good. The pressure has caused all sorts of problems. Teams in Region 4 are taking notes as we speak, and a timeout taken by Coach McAllister trying to save his point guard, and Coach Carling almost got a technical. Furious, thought there was a double dribble that was missed. Pressure from Westlake. You'd expect it. Wellman's going backwards, wrong way when you've got a time thing going on. That ball nearly thrown out, and it's turned over again. Kuhn lost his balance. Ayu was right there to put pressure on the ball. Kuhn couldn't stay in, and another PG turnover. 22 seconds left. No timeouts left for Pleasant Grove. 1 timeout left for Westlake. The Thunder trail by 1. Inside of 20 seconds left. McCord. Spin move. Great job staying straight up by Kuhn, and he comes away with the board. And now a foul on Braxton Kuhn. It will go against McCord, number 4 on Asa McCord. First free throw from Kuhn was good at 66-64. He has one more. Good as well. That kid is smooth. Clock running. They need a three-pointer. Nelson will try it. Count it, good! Michael Nelson, the horn sounds to double OT we go! Are you kidding me? The Westlake students can't believe it. Officers are there to make sure they stay in their seats. It's 67 apiece. 4 more minutes on the board. The tip will be controlled by Westlake for the first time tonight, I believe. Willis to run the offense, hands off to Fulmer. Driving, success. Two points immediately for Trenton Fulmer. He's got 8. Wellman, finished the play, was wide open, instead passes out to Kuhn, and now Pleasant Grove will reset. Boy, I thought Wellman had an easy finish there from about 4 or 6 feet. He has it back. Ball screen by Kuhn, now he gets it. Will hand off to Leatham. Childs working away from the play, Fulmer defending him, and Fulmer picks up the foul here, and that's number 5 on Trenton Fulmer. Childs was good on both free throws. He has 20 points. 69 apiece. 3 minutes left here in the second overtime. Nelson. What a drive, couldn't finish. Childs with the board. Wellman. Now Willis comes up to pressure him. That ball nearly stolen. And they're going to say that ball was deflected, hence no call of a backcourt. I'm not sure if it was deflected. There was certainly contact with the body on Peterson, but I wasn't certain that the defender hit the ball. Officials ruled that they did. Childs, boy, open lane, just couldn't control it. Ayu, near side with McCord. Now Nelson again. McCord, spin move, kick out, three-pointer for Shamon Willis. A huge three by Willis. And the Thunder take a 72-69 lead with 2 minutes left. Childs over to Leatham. Kuhn playing with the 4 fouls. Peterson looking to drive. Got McCord in the air. Oh, couldn't finish. He'll head to the line to shoot 2 as Asa McCord. That might be number 5 on McCord. That was the 5th foul on McCord. He has fouled out. Peterson at the line hits another big free throw. Second free throw good as well. Unofficially 6 of 6 from the free throw line is David Peterson from the 4th quarter on. Nelson thought about the 3, instead dribbled up. Now in pressure and a timeout taken by Westlake. So McCord, Fawcett, Stoddard, and Fulmer have all fouled out for Westlake. Nelson passes out. Willis for 3 again. No good. Childs has it knocked away by Ayu. Goes back up and a foul called. Going to be called on Doman. Number 3 on Jake Doman. First point of the night for Chaz Ayu is a made free throw and his second point of the night. 74-71. Wellman looking for help. Gets it to Leatham. 1:15 remaining, 3-point lead for the visitors from Saratoga Springs, looking for their first victory over Pleasant Grove in school history. Ball knocked away by Mason White. Able to be recovered. 1 minute left now in our second overtime. Childs with it. Nelson defending him. Brody Childs looking to drive. Baseline. Over to Leatham for 3. And the tie no good. And rebounded by Michael Nelson. And then turned over. No, a foul going to be called on Leatham. He thought he got all ball. Instead, a foul called. And Shamon Willis will head to the free throw line to shoot 2. It's the first foul on Leatham. At the line, Willis makes them both. 76-71, clock is down to 30 seconds left. Childs, it's a 5-point deficit. PG needs points. Peterson, hands off. Got to take a shot. 2 possessions here with 20 seconds left. Wellman, defended. Now Peterson finds an open lane. Oh, couldn't finish. As Westlake got caught with her hand in the cookie jar, Peterson to the line to shoot 2. That would have been big if he could have finished the play, but he didn't. Fouls on White, his first. And Peterson missed a free throw. He hasn't missed one in the 4th quarter or the overtimes. He makes that second one there. 76-72, and a timeout taken by Westlake with 15 left. Thunder basketball, they lead by 4. 14 seconds left. Expect a quick foul here from the Vikings as soon as this ball is in play. It's Ayu. Gets it out of his hand quickly, and there is the foul. It will be Mason White heading to the line to shoot 2. White missed the free throw. His second attempt here, and Coach Carling telling the squad, whatever you do, don't touch him. Free throw's good. It's 77-72. Gotta hurry inside of 10 seconds left. 3-pointer on the way, no good. Ball rebounded by Gilson. He dribbles out, and the Thunder have captured their first win in school history over the Pleasant Grove Vikings, 77-72 in double overtime. Here at Valhalla, of course, the first region game ever played here at the brand new facility at Pleasant Grove High School. It couldn't have been any better. Westlake came into this ball game 10-0 on the season. PG 9-1, coming in off that tough loss, overtime loss against the Alta Hawks. First half, hey, Westlake, they got off to a good start. They had a 6-point lead after 1. They would explode that a little bit in the second quarter. Some nice shooting from the Thunder. It'd be 28-15 at halftime. Wow, really nothing happened in the first half? Well, no, it's just the second half. and later would be that much better. So to the second half we go. It's a 13-point lead at the break. It would get as big as 17 for the Westlake Thunder. It looked like they were just going to thunder past the Pleasant Grove Vikings here at home. But Brody Childs, this is the team leader for the Vikings. He had no points in the first half. He decided to come play in the second half. Absolutely took over. Had a huge alley-oop dunk. Also had a big dunk off of an offensive rebound. Really ignited the Pleasant Grove student section. They had foul troubles underneath. They started to go with a smaller lineup, and it paid dividends for Coach McAllister. Not only did Childs have a great third quarter, so did Mason Fawcett, the leading scorer for Westlake. This kid averaging 19 points per ball game. He had 8 points in the third quarter, including a huge three-pointer for the Westlake Thunder. But fouls played a big part in this ball game, and Fawcett would leave, picking up his 5th foul early in the fourth quarter. That would be big. We'll come back to that note in a little bit. To the fourth quarter we go. It was what was a 17-point lead for the Thunder was now 6 heading into the fourth quarter. Again, it was Brody Childs. This kid absolutely took over in the second half. Some more huge plays from the senior leader for PG. He would have 8 points in the fourth quarter. Leatham would chip in, hit a big three-pointer for Pleasant Grove. With Fawcett out, it would be Asa McCord who would have to carry the way for the Westlake Thunder. He did just that. Look at this move with just 12 and a half seconds left to tie things up at 60 apiece. But the Pleasant Grove Vikings would have a shot. Brody Childs for the win. No, he missed it. The St. Peterson, how about that block? Recovering and getting the block there was McCord. He hit the game-tying shot. He gets the block. We go to overtime. In overtime, a pair of turnovers by the Pleasant Grove Vikings, and the Westlake Thunder would claw back to within 1 point. They have a chance to take the lead. McCord working the post here against Kuhn. Kuhn stands tall, gets the board and the foul. He's going to head to the free throw line. He would make both of them. It's a 3-point ball game with just 7 seconds left. This one's over, right? No, it's not. Michael Nelson coming up with a big three-pointer as the horn sounds. That shot would send us to another 4 minutes and double overtime here at Valhalla. In the second overtime, Asa McCord, we mentioned it, with Fawcett fouled out, he had to carry the way. He had a nice shot from up close to give the lead. Shamon Willis, a big three-pointer here. That would be the dagger. Gilson would add a shot later on. In the second overtime, it was all Westlake. They would end up winning this one 77-72 over Pleasant Grove. What a ball game this was. This is a game that we talked about by both fan bases for a long time, but primarily because of the shot hit by Michael Wilson. Coach Carling and Nelson himself both talked about how big that play was and the design behind it.
I wanted him to have the ball in his hands. We were going to call a timeout unless he had the ball on the run, because he's the type of kid that can make a play, and I felt good with him with the ball in his hands and just stepping up and making a play. He's got that ability.
It meant a lot to have a coach that, had the confidence in me, told me that I had to, just go down and knock that shot down. I mean, I wasn't here last year, and so to be able to have that confidence right off the bat meant a lot to me.
Instant classic here at Valhalla at Pleasant Grove High School. This Region 4 is absolutely loaded. No better way to start off Region 4 play. Both coaches know that they've got a lot more of these ahead in this very difficult Region 4.
It's tough to get your footing in this region, show people that you belong, and it kind of just sends a little statement that we can overcome some adversity and we belong and we can compete for playoff spots and state championships out of this league.
We already mentioned it. Michael Nelson's going to be talked about, the shot that will go down in Westlake history here tonight. But a big point, the Thunder defense was huge tonight. They had 12 turnovers forced against Pleasant Grove in the first half alone. They only scored 15 points. The defensive effort for Westlake, it's what they do. Solid defense and good offense led to the big 77-72 double overtime win here tonight at Pleasant Grove High School. And now it's come time for us to announce our player of the game. How could you not give it to Michael Nelson? He had 12 points in this ball game, all made threes, none bigger than that big three-pointer to send it to a double overtime, but the defense was there. Had a number of steals, at least a half dozen in this ball game. The active hands, the full court press. Michael Nelson, way to show up tonight. A senior, made a big impact here tonight for the Westlake Thunder as they remain undefeated, 11-0. We want to thank you for joining us on this edition of High School Rewind. For Vince Francis, my name is Dane Stewart. We'll see you next time.